Good morning children. Welcome to the English class. In the previous class, we learned the story, The Way of Nature. Today, let's see the exercises from that chapter. If you haven't read the story again, please go through it once again and then come back to the exercises. Now the first one, tick the correct option. And you have 4 statements given there and 3 choices for each of the statement. Go through these statements. Tick the correct choice for each of the question. Do this as an activity. Please pause the video, finish it and come back. Hope you are done with that. Now let's discuss each question one by one. The first one, the cage for the rabbits was made of is it wooden box, refrigerator crate or net? The cage for the rabbits was made of a refrigerator crate. Second one, Sally had dash. Is it 6 babies, 9 babies or 7 babies? Sally had 9 babies. 9 beautiful babies who looked like pink mice. Third one, Sally made a soft and warm bed for her babies by using, is it blades of soft grass, cotton or her own fur? It was with her own fur. Fourth one, the babies were born in, was it summer, spring or winter? The babies were born in a winter season in January. Now the second set of questions is answering the questions. You may note down the question and the answer in your notebook. So please take your notebook now. You can put today's date, write chapter 5, write the heading, The Way of Nature, then note down the questions and then note down the answers as well. So the first question, why was Tara jumping in excitement? Tara was jumping in excitement because Sally, their pet rabbit, had given birth to 9 babies. Now question number 2. Why was Jane puzzled when she saw the soft white bed? Jane was puzzled when she saw the soft white bed because they had not put any cotton wool there. They could see a white bed there but they never gave cotton to the rabbit and the babies. So they were puzzled about it. The question number 3. How did Jane find the answer to the mystery of the snowy bed? Jane found the answer to the mystery of the snowy bed when she saw Sally. She was amazed to see that all her chest fur had gone. Even as Jane watched, Sally bent her head and started nibbling at the few remaining wisps of fur on her chest. Now, Jane knew where the snowy bed had come from. It was Sally's fur. Now, the fourth question. Why did Jane place a hot water bottle under the straw? Jane placed a hot water bottle under the straw because it was a cold January night and Sally had removed her fur so that her babies have a warm bed. The hot water bottle would keep Sally and her babies warm. Now, the next set of exercise is the vocabulary section and it is about phrasal verbs. So, we have already learned about phrasal verbs. Let's revise what are phrasal verbs once. The phrasal verb is a combination of a verb and a preposition or a verb and an adverb. And sometimes when you combine a verb and a preposition or an adverb, the meaning of the verb changes depending upon the preposition or the adverb used along with the verb. Let's see that with an example. Seema put on her new jacket as it was quite cold. Here, the phrasal verb put on means wore. To put on means to wear. The cricket match was put off until Sunday because of heavy rains. Here, put off means postponed. The cricket match was postponed until Sunday because of heavy rains. So, the phrasal verb to put off means to postpone. The third example, I cannot put up with the tantrums of this child. Here the phrasal verb put up with, it means tolerate. I cannot tolerate the tantrums of this child. See how the meaning of the word put changed according to the different prepositions or adverb used along with it. So, such verbs are called phrasal verbs. Now, with these in mind, let's move on to the exercise and you can see this question in page number 30. Match the phrasal verbs with the word look in column A with their meanings in column B. So in column A, you can see the phrasal verbs using the verb look. In column B, the meaning of each of these phrasal verb is given in random. Make use of a dictionary and look up the meaning of each of these phrasal verb and match the phrasal verb with their correct meaning in column B. You can do this as an activity now. Please pause the video, use a dictionary to match up the phrasal verb with their correct meaning, then come back. Hope you are done with that activity. Now let's see which is the correct match for each of these phrasal verb. The first one, look up. What is the meaning of the phrasal verb look up? Look up means to search for information. So the correct match for one is the option C in column B. Now second one, look into. Look into means to investigate. So the correct option is E of column B. The third one, look ahead. Look ahead means to plan the future. To plan something for the future. For question number 3, the correct option is the option B in column B. The fourth one, look away. Look away means turn your eyes away from something. Now fifth one, look forward to. Look forward to means to feel excited or happy about a future event. And the last one, look back. Look back means to think about something that has happened in the past. So I hope you got all the answers correct. Let's move on to the next section. Section B, use the phrasal verbs from A to complete the sentences given. You may have to change the tense of some of them. So you can see 6 sentences in the question, and from the phrasal verbs that we learned in section A, you have to choose the correct phrasal verb to fill up each of these sentences in their blanks. So you can do this as an activity. Please pause the video, finish it and come back. Hope you are done with that. Now let's discuss each question one by one. The first one, the inspector said that the police will dash the matter of the missing bicycles from our society. The correct choice is look into. Look into means to investigate. The inspector said that the police will look into the matter or investigate the matter of the missing bicycles from our society. In question number 2, I had to dash the meanings. I had to look up the meanings of many words in the dictionary to understand grandma's letters. And look up means to search for information. Now third one, when I dash at all the hard work I did this year. When I look back at all the hard work I did this year, I am very happy with my results. And look back means to think about something that has happened in the past. Fourth one, the dog dashed and pretended not to notice the ball. The dog looked away and pretended not to notice the ball. And looked away means turn your eyes away from something. Now question 5, one must learn to forget about the past and dash towards a better future. Look ahead towards better future, and look ahead means to plan the future. Sixth one, Karthik was happy to know that his cousins were coming and was dashed to it even though the visit was months away. And the correct choice is looking forward. And look forward means to feel excited or happy about a future event. So I hope you got all the answers correct. Now the next section, the grammar section. You can see the questions, 8 questions there. Let me read out the question to you. Underline the verbs in these sentences and mention their types. Present continuous tense, we can mention that as PR, or past continuous tense, which you can mention as P. So go through all these sentences and you have to underline the verb which is given in either present continuous tense or past continuous tense. And for the verbs given in present continuous tense, you have to mention its type as PR, and for the verbs mentioned as past continuous tense, you have to note that as P, indicating it's a past continuous tense. Now do this as an activity. Please pause the video, finish it and come back. Hope you are done with that. Now let's discuss the questions. The first one, Rohan is throwing a party on Saturday. So is drawing is the verb there and it is given in present continuous form. So, you can write PR there. The second one, the team was trying hard to win the match. Was trying is the verb there and it is a past continuous tense. Third one, Uma is sketching a landscape for the exhibition. Is sketching is the verb and that is given in present continuous tense. So, write PR there. He is making a sandwich. Is making represents a present continuous form. So, you have to write PR there. Fifth one, the merchant was trying to make both ends meet. Was trying, which means it is a past continuous tense. He is covering up for his friend. Is covering, which is in present continuous form. Then, seventh one, Riya is preparing for a test. Is preparing and that is in present continuous form. China was playing in the rain. Was playing, which is in past continuous tense. Hope you got all the answers correct. The next one is about future continuous tense and it's question B. Rewrite these sentences in the future continuous tense. And what is the general format for writing a sentence in future continuous tense? The subject plus, will be plus, ing form of the verb plus the object. So, the first question, they were planning a trip to the mountains. How will you change it to future continuous tense? You can write, they will be planning a trip to the mountains. Similarly, you have to finish the rest of the sentences. Do this as an activity now. Please pause the video, finish it and come back. Hope you are done with that. Now, let's discuss the answers. The first one we have already discussed. The answer to the first one is they will be planning a trip to the mountains. The second one, she is playing on the beach with her friends. The sentence given there is in present continuous form. So, changing it gives you she will be playing on the beach with her friends. The third one, at high tide, the waves were beating against the rocks. The given sentence is in past continuous form. So, changing that to future continuous form gives you at high tide, the waves will be beating against the rocks. Then the next one, he is telling an interesting story. He will be telling an interesting story. Fifth one, we are setting up a new library in the community center. We will be setting up a new library in the community center. Sixth one, I was watching a movie at night. I will be watching a movie at night. Now, the next section of exercise. It's about listening, improving your listening skills, and this time you are asked to listen to a narration and you have to sequence or arrange the given statements in the order of the happenings. So, let me read out a passage to you. You have to listen carefully and number the events given here. First, you may go through all these sentences and then you can number them. So, let me read the narration to you. The narrator went for a walk with her grandfather. They saw an injured dog. They picked her up and rushed back home. They applied medicine on her wing. The narrator named her Snow White. They provided it with food and water. Her condition improved. She started to fly inside the room. She flew out of the window happily. The bird returned to say thank you. So, I hope you have listened to the narration carefully and managed to sequence the sentences in the correct order. If needed, you can replay the video, listen to the narration once again and finish the exercise. The next one is speaking and it's about delivering a 1-minute speech. Speak for a minute on the topic animals to have feeling. So, when we learned the chapter, The Way of Nature, we had discussed just like we humans, animals also have feelings and emotions. Animals do feel love, they feel anger, they feel disappointment, they feel possessiveness. And just like humans, they have strong parental instincts and they will take care of their young ones at any cost. And it is said that it is very dangerous to go near a female bear when she is said along with her cub. She'll do anything to protect her cub. And like you know, the most popular pets are dogs and cats. And people say the dog is the most loyal pet. So children, in this exercise, you have to prepare a 1-minute speech on animals do have feelings. Take a video of you delivering that speech and send us through Teams. Then the next exercise is about writing an informal letter. Imagine you are Tara. You are very excited about the rabbit babies in your house. Write a letter to your aunt telling her about the rabbit babies and how you take care of them. Here are some details you may include in your letter. Keep hot water bottles under the hay. Give them milk in shallow bowls. Give extra food to the mother rabbit. How you love to watch them grow. Like we said earlier, this section is about writing an informal letter. What is an informal letter? The friendly letter that you write to some dear ones. That is called an informal letter. And there is a general format for writing an informal letter, and it is: first you have to write your address, the address of the sender. After that you put the date. Then after that you give the greeting like dear aunt, dear this person, dear that person, or the name of the person. So here is the greeting, and after the greeting you have the body of the letter. And the body of the letter will be usually divided into 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you have to ask for the well-being of the person that you are sending the letter to. And in the second paragraph, you have to mention the main reason for writing that letter to them. And in third paragraph, you have to conclude the letter. And after the conclusion, you have to give the complimentary close, like yours lovingly, yours sincerely. Then after the complimentary close, you have to give the name of the sender. You have to write your name there. So this is the general format for writing an informal letter. And here is a sample letter. This is from page 12 of your English reader. You can turn the page from your English reader and check this letter, which will serve you as a sample. Now, in this exercise, you have to imagine that you are Tara from the story, The Way of Nature. And you are so excited to see the rabbit babies which were born recently, and you are writing a letter, an informal letter to your aunt describing about these beautiful babies. And you can include the details such as mentioned here. So this one you can write in your notebook as an activity. Once you have written, you can take a picture and send us through Teams. So that's all for today, children. We will meet in the next class with a new chapter. Till then, bye.